Hey guys, it's Randy again, and I saw a video in JIS that I have to comment on. Now, this is the future of aviation in Jamaica. Now, I talk a lot about Jamaica, the development. I want you to watch this video. The idea here is you see a lot of YouTube videos about Jamaica crime, 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 crime. Now, when you watch JIS, you have to pay attention. You have to look at the future development of Jamaica. So in this video, you will notice the development of the airport. Now, it means that for tourism, they're expanding and they're going to bring in a lot more tourists. And in St. Mary, they're opening up the country for aviation. And what that means, even in St. Elizabeth, is that commerce. Now, let me give you an update because I've always had commentary. The most important, there's two things that just happened in Jamaica that you have to pay close attention to. And you guys have to pay attention to JIS. Uber and Amazon. So when businessmen come to Jamaica now, they can freely move around safer with Uber. And with Amazon, they're going to develop their own products and they're going to take a major financial stake out of the country. Now, this is why it's important for Jamaicans to start develop their own products for sale on Amazon. This is what I've been advocating for a long time. This is why I'm on the ground doing these shows to show you Jamaica in all dimensions. There's a lot of crime here in different things. But pay attention to the future of Jamaica. If the airports, the small airports, and the airports are being modernized, that's an invitation for more business coming in the country. Now, if Uber is here and now Amazon, we have an opportunity to develop products and move around safer with Uber. So now you have to pay attention because what happens with gentrification is that you don't see the changes that's happening that enable foreign investors in business. When foreign investors intend to do things in Jamaica, they do this by expanding the infrastructure and then they invest. So we're talking about a country that's going to be very profitable now that aviation is being advanced. So this 6 minutes video will show you exactly what I'm saying. Enjoy.
With regards to general aviation, I think it is the first time for such a long time, Captain, that so much activity is going on in general aviation.
It's easy to let our imaginations run to just over a century ago, when the aviation industry was learning to fly. Today, while it flies much further, it's showing us how it underpins social networks, using its wings to bring economic growth, jobs, international trade, and tourism much closer than ever before. It's truly the same for Jamaica's aviation industry, and the expansion of our air transport industry is non-stop. Safe to say that the future for local aviation is taking off. Having recognized how aviation advances mobility and impacts development, government has big plans to further develop our airports and aerodromes.
Our police officers are getting a first world facility at Ian Fleming.
Over in St. Mary, Transport Minister Robert Montague dangled the key for a newly constructed police station at the Ian Fleming International.
So let me pause this for a second. So in St. Mary and St. Elizabeth, two key points, and Portland, so basically rich people can just come in and out, in and out, in and out. That's the key here. Poor people can't fly at these places. Jamaica has been set up for a major business hub for the rich. And if Jamaicans abroad don't pay attention. The ones who have money to get a piece of this pie are not going to get left behind. All right. So these airports are not being built. These airports are being built probably for the export of certain things. You see. So on better pay attention. I've been talking about this. It's happening. Pay attention, people.
Airport to serve the airport and the neighboring communities. So if you're flying this route, your security has already been prioritized.
At Ian Fleming, we spend.
No, you hear me say, if you're flying this route, your security has already been prioritized. Security is for the wealthy, right? The second phase of development in Jamaica is happening. This is why I spend so much time and money to do this program. When you sit and watch these YouTube challenges, crime, 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 you have to look at the other side. Pay attention to your country. Watch JIS. Look at the development. Follow the money.
Some $48 million on this building. And it is giving us 2,500 square feet of space, moving from 750 to 2,500 square feet for the hard-working men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
But that's just one step towards developing the Ian Fleming International Airport, because the Airports Authority of Jamaica is scheduled to spend an additional $100 million to create a new fire station and expand the sewage facility at this airport.
We can't be moving to expand and attract business, and we can't treat with the sewage. So we are making that investment.
Safe to say that for many Jamaicans, the Norman Manley International Airport may feel like a sufficient enabler of global business, a nicely packaged aviation feature. But developments for this airport are also taking off.
The Airports Authority is investing in Jamaica. We are investing some $550 million into the Norman Manley International Airport in doing some expansion work and also doing the seawall protection.
Added to that, there are also plans to extend the runway so that path where the wheels of Metal Bird meet the ground is marked to become just a bit longer. Of course, there are those from all corners of the world, tourists who just cannot wait to land on the brightly lit tarmac in the northern part of the country. The Sangster International Airport has become famously known as tourism's main entryway to Jamaica, and that runway too is scheduled to be lengthened, along with other major improvements for the area.
At the Sangster International Airport, we are spending approximately 70 million US dollars. Let me put it out there quietly. 70 million US dollars. To not only improve the runway and lengthen it, but most importantly to me as minister, to expand the arrivals hall.
Our travel continues to the southwest end of the island, to the parish reputed as the breadbasket of Jamaica, St. Elizabeth. Here you'll find the more private flights via the Lionel Densham Aerodrome, and this too is to undergo many developments to meet the future needs of aviation.
A lot of persons never even realize that there is a little airport in St. Elizabeth. We are about to spend $100 million to overlay the runway and to put in a little terminal building, because that now is our investment in opening up the South Coast tourism.
This is our largest domestic airport, seated in the popular fast-paced streets of Kingston. And so far, about $20 million has been spent to fix the runway, put in a pilot's lounge, and purchase new firefighting equipment for the facility. But the upgrading continues.
Now we are moving to complete the fencing along the train line at Tinsupen.
Domestic flights continue to be facilitated on the airstrip off Ken Jones Aerodrome, found just 10 kilometers off the town of Port Antonio, especially seeing how pilots can now enjoy a newly built pilot's lounge.
We also are working to complete the fencing on that facility, and of course we have to paint it up. The chairman insisted that the thing have to look good so that when people pass you feel good and understand that Jamaicans are invested in Jamaica.
So while air, land and sea remains the pillars of modern mobility, it's safe to say that aviation has truly been at the forefront of the movement, grabbing the labels of reliability and good speed. And of course, all this is being continued with the plans our government has to develop the future of aviation in Jamaica.
There is so much available to us in general aviation, and we are making use of it.
Yes, my people, this is Randy. No, me tell you now, key takeaway here, enough.
Police station at the Ian Fleming International.
Let me tell you something, people. I'm not sure to say, enough business is going to be conducted in Jamaica. Primary, enough licensed weed, marijuana are going to move around. The businessmen in Jamaica are going to be very, very active, moving from one place of the island. Senti, enough weed are going to ship out. St. Mary, trust me, you know, and drive the thing on the ground. In order to be safe, you bring it to the closest place and fly it to the other place of the island. That is the better way to get the licensing out of the country. So now the thing going boost up now, rich people going to make a lot more money, and you're going to see a new Jamaica. Now remember, I always tell you guys, you know, there's two Jamaica. Jamaica number one is productive and it's secure for those in control. And then Jamaica two is gang violence and unproductivity. So if you focus on Jamaica number one, secure yourself, and don't mix up with stupidity and idiot and foolishness. And for the men out there, I'm saying generally that come into Jamaica, we all love to have multiple women and do this and do that. I wanna know, watch how I'm moving in Jamaica, because it's not in a easy down here. So besides aviation, when I come to do business and do what I do, we don't have to move like when our soldiers, and we don't have to move a one-man thing. We don't have to move by ourselves. And no one are doing it in Jamaica. Jamaica is fine. It's Jamaicans. It's not Jamaicans Good Life. It's Jamaica Good Life. Things are happening here. A lot is happening. A lot of infrastructure, real estate, security, and now with aviation, you're going to have a lot of businessmen who can afford this kind of access to the country. We're dealing with access to Jamaica. Jamaica is opening up, and those with money will be more secure. You understand? So controlling these points of export, that's what this is. You know, people don't travel just because they want to go from place to place. Them travel for security, to get things moving faster. So for all Jamaicans out there, this is Jamaica Good Life. Go to jamaicagoodlife.com. Keep supporting there. I'm on the ground like a soldier to show you your country from the ground up. Jamaica is not just crime. A lot is going on here. Like I've always said before, the best thing you can do in Jamaica, if you are abroad, when you do come down, you buy X amount of orange tree, you plant them on your grandmother land. You buy X amount of guava tree, and long-term farming is the best. Man can't steal soursop, but you can sell soursop leaf. Orange is very important. There's a depletion of orange in the country, and orange is getting very expensive. Lime is getting very expensive. So when you're sitting abroad just watching YouTube channel, buy some lime tree and have them plant the trees for you all over your grandmother place and send you back pictures and keep those lime tree up and running. Lime is going to be it's very expensive. So we've always advocate for purchasing back land, paying your taxes, working with family, but long-term farming, whether it be coconut tree, avocado trees, pear trees, lime trees, orange trees, castor oil trees. Don't let grandma land sit down. When you come down, just figure out how to buy castor oil seeds and just throw it on the land. And then you could turn that into a business. So now since Amazon is open up to Jamaica, why do you have 5 acres of land for grandmother on castor oil and grow up on it? Why? So then you can't get a man to buy the castor oil and sell it on Amazon. Why you guys are not thinking? You're not paying attention. This is going to be the people here who are participating in long-term farming in Jamaica, they're going to be wealthy. Coffee trees. Count the amount of trees that you plant. Don't count the amount of barrel you send. Money grow on trees. And you have sunshine and water. Pay attention. Stop being a deer in a headlight. We have inspired the plantation of 1,000 castor oil trees in Manchester. And a man building company ready to do castor oil. 200 coffee trees, St. Thomas, Jamaica Good Life. 300 head of yam in St. Elizabeth and more. So I may have my 19, hopefully I'll go check out my tree, them orange trees, them in Manchester. I planted 19 trees and some mint. So the country is about farming. That's the base of the country. So keep doing that. If you're abroad, it's about $500 for an orange tree. When you're investing and when you're buying pizza abroad or going to the movies, I used to do this, but I wasn't educated to the possibilities. I was blind to Jamaica, and I spent 31 years in New York, and I learned a lot how to organize and how to use technology. But because we keep coming here for vacation, we really don't know how to get products out or to do business and how to secure our business ventures. And for the past 2 years, I've been here learning from my local brethren and learning the nuance of doing business with Jamaicans. And one of the most important things you have to learn about Jamaicans is they lie a lot. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you. No, just text me. When you're coming doing business with 3 Jamaicans, create a WhatsApp group and tell them don't call. Text in the group. Let's everybody be on the same page. They will lie to you that they called you. Everybody is trying to trick everybody. It's but long-term trees is one way you could win. It's win for your next generation also. Short-term farming, you have to secure your property either with fence or security. Farming in Jamaica is becoming risky based on where the land is. Investing in local Jamaicans can be also very risky. We've seen the percentage of success rate to failure. It's a high failure rate when you send money for people to do things. My recommendation is to work with, let's say, an elder and support her with medication and stuff, and then she will see to it your business is done right. When you work with elders and you ask for receipts and different things, your business can be done right. Working with the youngsters, most of the time they want fast money. They want fast money. Everything has to be done fast. The younger generation in Jamaica, the males are very lazy. They don't want to farm. Most of them. Their focus is alcohol, weed, and just getting money. And they're not into the farming thing. So this is why there's so many gangs. They can't smoke weed and work 9 to 5. They're not doing that. But there's some young Jamaicans now that are coming up that are doing the farming, developing their products. Our program wants to now build virtual learning centers. What we're going to do, I'm working with some serious people. We have the first projector coming into Jamaica. And we're going to take this projector with a lot of films and know-how, and we're going to bring this into the inner city and have cookouts and work with the Jamaicans there. Hold on a second, guys.